How cool is that sunset? Hello from Germany, everybody. So this week's vlog is going to be about paper and various things that have to do with paper that are different between the US and Germany. I really like living here in part because of all the cool things that have to do with the printed word that come from this part of the world. And by this part of the world, I mean a very small region near where we live. So you can go to Mainz, which is less than 45 minutes away by car, and you'll see, you can go visit the Gutenberg Museum. It's where the printing press was invented, not in the museum, but the city is where it was invented. In Frankfurt, just across the river where you could see the skyline in that sunset. That's where Goethe lived. He's widely regarded as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, German language authors. We live in Offenbach. There's a big typography museum not far from our house that I dragged Sarah to once. That was pretty cool. If you look at computer publishing, there's a famous typographer named Hermann Zapf who invented some of the more famous computer fonts, for example, Palatino, which you may have heard of. He actually died in Darmstadt last June, so he was from here as well. So I just think it's really cool how much of that stuff comes from right here. Germany uses euros. This is a 5, that's the smallest euro bill. 5, 10, 20, 50, and 100. You might notice that all the bills are different sizes. If you don't know why that is, you might also laugh at the joke about why do ATMs have Braille on them if they're drive-thrus? And the answer is that having different sized bills is very useful for blind people who don't have any other way to distinguish the denomination of a bill. However, European money has a problem if you've got an American wallet because it just looks ridiculous. You'll notice that even the 10 sticks out of the top of my wallet. This is my new wallet. I don't know if you can hear the siren going off across the street. Sarah likes it because she says that they sound like sirens from the movies. Anyway, this is my new wallet, which I got for very cheap. That's why it's got a Kickers logo on it. This might be going to a game tomorrow. It has a comically oversized cash pocket that fits all the euro bills with ease. So, one thing they do in Germany, a lot more than the US, is pay in cash. Sarah, what's that been like? It has an adjustment for you.
It has been a very big adjustment for me. So I used to just carry around 2 cards, and then I got a card carrier, so I would carry that around, and now I store cash and a giant bag full of coins in my backpack. Not to mention the bag of 1 and 2 cent coins that we have just sitting in our closet that we can never spend.
Yeah, several euros worth. How is it like when you're going through line? Would you say the cashiers are faster or slower here?
The cashiers are so incredibly fast. So as I am doing all of my grocery shopping, I will have the groceries of the person behind me going down the conveyor belt as I'm trying to collect all of my things and all of the cash just because I'm not used to it. I have gotten better, but still not good.
Here is what a piece of normal office paper looks like. If there's an advantage to the metric system other than being accessible to people who are terrible at math, it might be this. Their paper is pretty cool. So this is a piece of A4, which is used throughout Europe and maybe throughout the whole world, I don't know. Except for the US. We use letter size, which is 8.5 by 11. This is about 8 1/4 by 11 3/4, if you're thinking in inches. It also has kind of a neat mathematical property, which is that the long side is the square root of 2 times the length of this side. And what's neat about that is if you fold the paper in half or cut it in half, it's the exact same shape. It's the same aspect ratio. I don't know. It's just sort of a neat thing. I don't know how that helps you outside of like doing the church program maybe. This is a German notebook that I have. It's called a Leuchtturm. It's kind of like a Moleskin but better. This is an A6, so it should be exactly 1/4 the size of an A4. Half the size is called A5. This is an A6. It actually isn't exactly a quarter. I don't know why, if that has to do with the binding or maybe I just got ripped off. Leuchtturm notebooks are really cool. German company, and it has a table of contents. Has page numbers, and it supposedly has higher quality paper. What's interesting though is that Moleskin is way more popular around here, or at least you see them available in many more stores, which I think is disappointing. I had to get this one off Amazon.